Hi teacher, how are you today? My name is Marco Antonio Cuazanel Cuevas and in this video we'll talk about some important topics. But it is about the punishment that a parent probably could give to his children or to her children. And it's a little bit complicated and I think it's a pretty interesting topic because there are a lot of factors that probably we don't consider or we don't take in account in order to punish a child. I think sometimes we don't consider or we don't find this difference between what is it correct and or if it is not correct. Yeah, so probably this is a topic uh, that is discussed by a lot of people, and most of the times it's or there are like divided opinions about it. But I think there are a lot of things that we have to talk about it. Yeah, so I'm gonna start to answer some interesting questions, and I will try to give my point of view of on each one, and I'll try to find like this conclusion in order to strengthen my point of view. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with the first one, and it says, Were you naughty as a child, and how did your parents punish you?" I can remember I wasn't naughty at all. I was pretty calm, or I was really quiet. So my parents, well, I don't know if children deserve it. I mean, if they deserve is being smacked, or if a parent can slap the children, but it wasn't my case. I remember my parents didn't used to do it, and as I told you, I think probably one parent knows, or a certain couple knows why he or she could do it, but it wasn't, as I told you, it wasn't my case. And I can say it was or I got like this punishment that were all not very serious. For example, the activity that I used to do when I was younger was playing video games. So if I were or in a certain time naughty, probably my parents well used to punish me just take or just taking these video games far from me. So it was like the worst thing they could do. And another thing that if I remember more punish my parents used to do, if I'm sincere, I can't remember most of them. Yeah, so I think this is like the worst thing I used to receive from my parents. Or probably if I don't know, I didn't used to go out with friends, but if I was naughty, probably if I have like this activity with my friends, I wasn't allowed to go out and to have fun. But it was uh, hardly ever. I didn't used to go out with friends every single day, so it was like pretty different for me. The second question says, should parents use corporal punishment? Probably slapping, smacking, belting, caning. I think it's not the correct way to punish a child. I think there are a lot of strategies you can use in order to punish them, or to punish him, or to punish her. But I think this is, a physical aggression is not like the solution, because as we read in text, probably the child could see it in a different way, and this like something different for he or for she. And slapping him or smacking him or her is not like the correct message you are just sharing in order they to understand what's going on with this, and what is the main reason, and what is the objective or the target of this action. Uh, the third one says, should anyone else other than the parents be allowed to smack a child? I think there is no reason. In fact, there have been some cases where teachers or professors just slap or smack students. So I think it's not correct. They don't have this power, yeah. And even the parents don't have this power, so I think it's not correct, and no one can just slap or smack a child just because of a certain way to punish. Yeah, so I think it's not correct. The first says, imagine the punish did have to fit the crime. Think of some typical childish miss the mouse, miss the manners, and how you would punish them. I don't know. Probably I would ask the parents to correct the behavior of a child, just giving them more attention, probably talking with them in order to find a solution. And I think you can punish a child, but it doesn't have to be a boring thing for them, or it doesn't have to be a hard thing for them. I think they can understand in a certain mode that is not boring, but that is pretty interesting, or that is pretty, or probably is like if you find a learning process for them in order to make them understand what's going on uh, with this kind of punish. Probably they would understand in a better way, and they would like understand the point of of the punish you are just giving to them. Yeah, so I think there are other ways in order to make them understand. I think this is all for me. I hope you understand what I said. It was just a little bit complicated for me because I thought about the answers. But thank you, teacher, for listening to me, and I hope you can follow with your activities, and you enjoy and just enjoy your day. Yeah. So thank you, teacher.